Hello and welcome to Sunflower Philosophy Tarot. My name is Juliana, and today's Timeless Pick a Card reading is going to be a keep versus discard reading. So what I mean by that is that we are simply going to get 3 cards to represent energies that you are being encouraged to keep around and emphasize and nourish in your life, and 3 cards to represent energies that you're being encouraged to discard, let go of, release in your life for your highest good. And we're just gonna keep it as short and sweet as possible, straightforward, and see what comes through. And so I actually have the Thoth Tarot, the Aleister Crowley Thoth or Thoth tarot deck that I'm going to be using, which is fun because they have little words on the bottom of each card, so that adds a little interest and intrigue to the messages that come through. But yeah, that's what I want it to be. I want it to be pretty simple. And I would like for this to be the kind of reading where you can follow along, and if it resonates with you, you can set the intention in the moment that you are ready to release the energies that come up to be released, and you're ready to encourage, nourish, there's a word I'm looking for, emphasize, cultivate the energies that come up for you to keep, right? Like, okay, I'm going to hold on to this. I set the intention that these energies will be multiplied in my life. And I set the intention that those energies will be diminished in whatever way is relevant for you for your highest good. So that's something that you can do as you follow along with the messages that come through. And just set that intention, trust, and allow things to unfold. So that's what I want to accomplish with this reading. Of course, I'm going to be doing the centering exercise that I do at the beginning of every reading now. So if you would like to join me for that, please stick around. And if not, you can skip ahead to the group selection, and then I'll see you in your reading. So those of you joining me for the brief centering exercise, welcome. And I hope that you are able to take a minute to yourself. So if you're doing anything where you need to pay attention, or you're driving, operating machinery, whatever, please feel free to participate in this at a later time. And if you are able to, please take a seat, please get comfortable, lie down, whatever you want to do, and get ready to tap in to your own energy, to your intuition, check in with yourself, relax. So get comfy, and when you're ready, and if you are feeling called to, please close your eyes and bring your attention to your breathing. And as usual, if you notice your breathing, you don't have to make any adjustments or anything. It may adjust naturally if you would like it to, but just notice your breathing. Just be with your inhale and your exhale. Feel the air entering and exiting through your nose and out your mouth or out your nose, however you prefer to breathe. And as you're settling into your body right now and just tuning in and allowing yourself to relax and just melt into whatever surface you are resting on right now, feel fully supported by that surface. Feel free to set the intention now that you will be drawn to and receive the messages that are truly meant for you today here in this reading for your highest good, that you will know and be confident in which messages are for you, and allow yourself to be drawn towards those. And tap into that deep sense of trust that you have, and see if you can feel what trust feels like in your body. Just allow that word to come into your focus. See if any feelings come up associated with the word trust. And feel free to just let those feelings arise. You don't need to label anything. if anything does come to mind in terms of what these feelings mean, or if you have any messages coming to you, you can accept those. But even if you feel or experience nothing, just allow it to be. But set the intention now that we're tapping into trust, or the feeling of trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in life. And whether you feel it or not, just know that you can trust yourself. You are trustworthy, and you are ready to move forward in life with a deeper sense of trust in yourself, in life, and the universe. And you're ready to, in this particular reading, receive the messages that you know are for you because you can trust yourself. And so you can feel free to sit with yourself for a little while if you want. You can pause the video and continue to breathe and relax. But if you're ready, feel free to join me in the group selection. All right, thank you to those of you who joined me in the brief centering exercise. But either way, I am so happy to have you here. I am now going to go through the groups that we have today. I already explained the reading in the intro, but just to repeat that a bit, I'm doing a keep versus discard reading where we're just going to come up with 3 energies that you're being encouraged to keep and nourish in your life, and then 3 energies that you're being encouraged to discard, let go of, and release in your life for each group. Just short and simple. And I have just these gemstones, crystals, laid out for you to choose from today. So for group 1, we have what I believe is a nice lapis lazuli. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. And then we have this red stone. I actually don't know what it is, but it has like little gold flecks in it. I don't know if you can see them. And we have a lemon topaz for group 3. A black obsidian for group 4. And this amethyst for group 5. So those are all 5 groups. Feel free to pause the video, go to the groups in the pinned comment or the description to pick your timestamp, and I will see you over in your reading. Hi group 1, if you selected this lapis lazuli stone, then this is your reading, and this is going to be, as I explained in the intro, a keep versus discard reading. So I'm just going to pull 6 cards from this deck, 3 to represent energies that you're being encouraged to keep around, and 3 to represent energies that you're being encouraged to discard or release or let go of in your life, and then we'll just go from there. And it should be pretty interesting, but also straightforward. So we're going to see what comes through, and as always, use your intuition to determine what messages are meant for you, and you will always know how things relate to you. So just tap in to yourself right now. And I also mentioned in the intro that as you go through the reading, if these messages are resonating, you may want to sit with me and set the intention to keep and emphasize and nourish the energies that come up to keep for you, and to simply release and let go the energies that are coming up to release for you, because I've set the intention that these will be for your highest good. And so if they resonate, you can feel safe to do so. And also, it should be an easy, simple, no pressure kind of situation. So if you see things that you're ready to let go of, it should be easy to do so. And so I intend this to be a space where you can simply do that, and then allow those energies to be released from your life, and then go about your day. So that's how we're doing it. So for group 1, we're going to shuffle up this deck, and then I'm actually going to pull from the cards one by one, and we'll see what we get. So I'm going to do keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. That's how we're going to do it. So for group 1, I'm going to shuffle it up one more time. All right, Spirit? And then we're going to do the picking. All right, so let's do it. All right, ready to go. So we have keep, discard, Oh, I'm not sure if it's actually all going to fit. So I'm going to do it like this. Keep, discard, and then keep, discard, keep, discard. So we'll have keep on this side, discard on that side. Got it? So keep on the left, discard on the right. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's make sure these are all in the frame. All right, we're good to go. So you are being encouraged to keep victory with the 6 of Wands, wealth with the 10 of discs or 10 of pentacles, and the Prince of Cups. And in this deck, actually the Prince of Cups, I'm not sure if it more corresponds with the Page or the King. I would say it's kind of its own thing, but we'll get into it. I'd say more the King. And then on the discard side, we have defeat with the 5 of Swords, okay? We have cruelty with the 9 of Swords, okay? And we have satiety. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. With the 10 of Cups, okay. Okay. Well, I feel like the keep side is pretty self-explanatory, but we're definitely, like, we're keeping a general sense of, like, achievement, right? So you are being asked to emphasize in your life times when you feel like you've achieved something, you've been victorious, or even just the general feeling of victory. So for you, it might be around specific things that have happened or come up in your life recently where you've maybe had small victories or even big ones, and you're being asked to hold on to that, celebrate that, emphasize that. You might actually be interested in a recent reading of mine called Spirit Wants to Celebrate You, which is all about celebrating victories that you may have recently achieved. So if you're having trouble coming up with something to celebrate, that reading might be for you. You might actually have something that you're not aware of that Spirit wants you to tap into. And in general, though, I feel like you are being asked to tap into the sense of accomplishment. And as well with the 10 of discs, 10 of pentacles, wealth, you are being asked to nourish and hold on to a sense of financial security. And it doesn't matter what your actual financial situation is on paper. This is the energy of wealth and security, long-term wealth and security. So whether you already have that in your life in some capacity or you're looking to build that, this is saying make that part of your fundamental energy. And since it's showing up in your keep section, I feel like you already have developed that to whatever extent, whether subconsciously or consciously. And so you're being encouraged to hold on to that, keep that. It's exciting. Maybe you have achieved a recent victory around your finances as well. That's being emphasized here. But regardless, this is long-term abundance. So you're really being encouraged to tap into your sense of financial well-being and success. And so even if you've been feeling that lately, but you haven't necessarily known why, but you've just been feeling more confident in like your sense of abundance and wealth and long-term success, this is saying, yes, that is here for you for a reason. You're meant to hold on to that. You're meant to emphasize that, nourish that. And I just heard some of you might feel like you've been a little too big for your britches lately. Like maybe you've been feeling like super confident in your finances, but you also feel like, oh, am I being silly? Like maybe I don't have anything to show for that yet. Like maybe I shouldn't. But no. Spirit is saying, keep feeling that way. Feel more that way. Know that you are indeed able to tap into wealth and abundance whenever you want, and that it doesn't have to be something that's in your bank account right now for you to know that you have it and that it's coming in for you in the future, that you will continue to be financially supported. So excellent. And with the Prince of Cups, which also could be the King of Cups, the energy of emotional mastery. For sure. A sense of being your own sovereign when it comes to your emotions. You being your own safety, you being your own emotional caretaker. And for some of you, there also could be like a specific person this is represented by. If there's a King of Cups related figure, like a masculine energy who is a water sign or something like that, maybe you're also, for some of you, it's saying, yes, like keep that person around in your life, or someone who represents that King of Cups energy to you, you can keep them around in your life. But for most of you, I feel like this is also about your energy within yourself, keeping the energy of being your own emotional master, being your own ruler, being the person who takes care of your emotions, is confident in your emotions, and knows how to handle it yourself. And again, since these are all on the keep side of things, these are things, whether you know it or not, that you already have functioning for you in your energy. And so you're just being encouraged to claim those as your own and also continue to grow those. Excellent. And then, of course, on the discard side, we're discarding the Five of Swords. We're discarding the energy of defeat, which is so funny that we're keeping victory and we're getting rid of defeat. So if you've noticed that sometimes you're feeling really good about yourself, but sometimes you also swing to the other side of feeling like, oh, maybe I'm actually a loser, or you emphasize areas where you feel like you failed or lost out on something, you're discarding that energy. We're getting rid of that energy. We don't need defeat to exist in order to experience a feeling of victory, is basically what Spirit is saying. And so anything that you might have been dwelling on where you felt like you've lost something, or even felt a sense of competition where it's been weighing on you, like this could even be a subtle energy where you might feel a sense of competition and underlying certain areas of your life where it makes you feel a little bit on edge, or you feel like you're always at odds with someone, or in some kind of situation you're at odds with someone and you feel like you're losing in some kind of way, or you feel like there's an underlying sense of fear of losing. That's what we're getting rid of here. We're getting rid of that. And with the Nine of Swords, cruelty, well, obviously, yes, getting rid of the energy of cruelty, whether it's cruelty that you feel like is being done to you, or being done to other people, or being done to yourself, or you're doing to other people, or a sense of cruelty where sometimes you might even, like, listen, I feel like a lot of times in readings we emphasize how wonderful the aspects of the people we're reading are, but we're also not here to judge each other, right? And so the energy and spirit of cruelty is something that we all can embody from time to time, and it's not to be afraid of it. It's not to shun it or to deny that it ever exists in our energy, but it's to say that it's an energy, it's not us, and this is one that you can let go of. Of course, with the Nine of Swords in general, it can be also just an anxiety card, right? With the swords here, 5 and 9 being both present, I feel like we are really talking about overthinking in general. And so overthinking to the point where you might make up stories about how you're a loser, or how you've been cruel, or the cruelties that have been done to you, or even just holding on to the cruelties done around the world that are draining from your energy, taking from you, in a way that we are ready to let go of. And that's different than ignoring or denying those things, but it's rather not keeping them going in our own energy, right? If we don't keep those energies going within our own energy, it makes us much more suited to address those things if and when they come up in our lives through true loving action, right? And so you're ready to let go of overthinking in general, I feel. But especially around competition, and especially around, like, maybe even for a lot of you, it's just the general cruelty that's happening in the world, which there's nothing wrong with feeling your feelings around those things, but if there's overthinking, if there's an abundance of focus on those things, that's what we're ready to let go of here. And with the Ten of Cups, satiety, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not gonna lie, but with the Ten of Cups here, the fact that we're discarding that, often the Ten of Cups can be a really happy card, but what I feel like we're discarding with the Ten of Cups is putting our sense of a happy future out into, like, projecting that into the future, and projecting, like, okay, when everything around me is perfect, then I'll be happy, right? When my emotions are sated, when I have all of my desires, then I'll be happy. So putting that, like, the energy of putting your emotional happiness and well-being outside of yourself or into the future, into some kind of future that doesn't exist yet. And so we're getting rid of that because we are bringing that into the present, right? With this victory card, with this Prince of Cups, with this wealth, we're bringing that into the present. And the subtle differences between the Ten of Pentacles here on the keep side and the Ten of Cups here on the discard side is really just that with the Ten of Pentacles, you are basically saying, it's like a very present energy of, like, this wealth and abundance is already mine. And I know that as I move forward in life, it's like, you know that you have it all in the energetic bank. and that it'll show itself in your universe as you go along and continue to accumulate. Like, it's already a positive momentum that you have, like, you can acknowledge in your energy presently, that even for some of you maybe is like you see it in your life and you don't appreciate it, or you maybe haven't like gotten out of survival mode around money yet, and then you haven't realized that like you actually have accumulated quite a bit for yourself, and that could be like where we're turning to. But I think in general it's like your spiritual bank is full. You can confidently move forward feeling like you have that in the bag. With the 10 of Cups over here, that's much more to me, why we're discarding it is it's much more of a projecting, like, okay, I'll be happy when, right? This is, I have this now, even if I don't see it, I have this now with the 10 of Pentacles, with the 10 of Cups, I will be happy when, right? And so that is why we're getting rid of that future sort of fantasizing energy. We're getting rid of limerence for some people. That might be a relevant word. And it could be limerence with a future that hasn't happened yet, that you might be putting some, like, there might be an energy of putting a lot of eggs in that basket, when really what you need to be focused on is your present self. And the thing is, because these are coming up right now, these are things that you are certainly ready to keep and ready to discard. So if you would like to, and if this resonates, please join me now to set the intention together that we are going to keep and emphasize these things over here on the left, and we're going to discard and let go of the things over here on the right. So we're going to set that intention now. All right, spirit guides, higher self, whomever that the viewer here would like to connect with, or just the universe in general, we are ready to embrace victory, to tap into our abundance that we know is always available to us, and to acknowledge that we are the master of our own emotions. And we are ready to nourish those energies within ourselves. And we are ready to let go of a feeling of competition, of defeat, a feeling of anxiety. We're ready to let go of focusing on cruelties of the world. We're ready to let go of energies of limerence or projection into the future. And we're ready to receive all of our happiness right now, in this moment, knowing that we have everything we need. So let that be done, and maybe sit with that for a few minutes. But regardless, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope it resonated, and please like, comment, subscribe, let me know how this resonated for you. If you are interested in personal readings, we do have them available on our website, sunflowerphilosophy.com. And we also offer hypnosis and human design services. So if you want to check those out, the link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another reading again sometime very soon. Hi Group 2, if you selected this red stone with the little gold flecks in it, then you're in the right place, and this is your reading, which is a keep versus discard reading. As I explained in the intro, we're going to get 3 cards on this side to represent energies that you're being encouraged to keep around in your life, and 3 cards on the right side to emphasize energies that you're being encouraged to discard, release, and get rid of. And if this resonates, then we will, at the end of the reading, set the intention together that you will keep and encourage these energies on the left, and you will be ready to release the energies on the right, so that it can just simply be done, and you can sit here in this moment and tend that, and then go about the rest of your days feeling confident. So that's what we're doing. And as always, use your intuition and take what's for you, leave what doesn't, and trust. So I'm going to get right into it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shuffle these cards a few more times, and then I'm going to draw one at a time for each side, and then we'll talk about it. So Group 2, I'm going to shuffle this up. I did shuffle this a little bit before I got on camera as well, so don't worry, I'm doing plenty of shuffling here. All right, so we're going to shuffle this up 2 more times. All right, 2 more times. 1 and 2. And okay. I'll do, yeah, one more. Okay. And now we're good. All right, so keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. All right? So keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. And let's see what we got. So, group 2. What are they keeping? Spirit, we have the energy of completion with the 4 of Wands. All right. We have the Tower with, well, the Tower. And we have 7 of Swords, futility. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, okay, I see. And then on the discard side, what we have is Princess of Swords, which it roughly corresponds to me to the Page of Swords in Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. We have Valor with the 7 of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is making sense. And we have Prince of Discs with, well, the Prince of Discs, and that to me is like the King of Pentacles, just about. At least how I'm reading them for this reading. When you actually dig into like the symbolisms of this deck as opposed to other decks, I know it's a little bit different, but that's how we're reading them today. So let's see. All right. Well, I feel like in this one especially, I mean, the first one had this too, but in this reading especially, like, it seems like we might even be talking about a specific situation here that in some way, like, might be emblematic of underlying energies going on in your life right now. But take it as it resonates, as always. So on your keep side, starting there, completion, the Tower, and futility, or the 4 of Wands, the Tower, and the 7 of Swords. I mean, I feel like the energies that we're keeping here is letting things fall away. Like letting things complete, letting things end, letting things change. With completion, that's obvious in the word that's on like this card. Like that's very self-explanatory. But also with the 4 of Wands, generally that's a pretty celebratory energy, right? That's like a harmonious energy. And the Tower is not always or often perceived as harmonious. So I feel like we're emphasizing the ability to celebrate endings in your life. And with futility, it's like we're keeping a sense of knowing what is futile and allowing that to go, essentially. Like, I feel like the energies that we're keeping is like the energy of letting go, the energy of letting things go, the energy of knowing when something is futile and knowing when to walk away. And on the side of what we're discarding, Princess of Swords, so Page of Swords, Valor, and Prince of Discs, King of Discs. I mean, again, this might be a specific situation for some of you, but I feel like we are, with the Page of Swords, it could be letting go of a specific person. So there could be someone who kind of represents this Princess of Swords energy here. But it also is likely or possibly an energy within yourself. And to me, often this card represents, it can represent an immaturity in terms of communication, in terms of even emotional intelligence. Being of Swords, it's more of the mind than of the heart, right? And so this is an energy that we're letting go of, and it could be exemplified within ourselves, but it also could be represented to us in our external world in the form of a person. But I do feel like, yeah, we're letting go of doing everything ourselves. And in some way that is connected to, it's connected to immaturity in the sense of, like, this Princess of Swords is, like, stepping up to a challenge all by herself. So I feel like you're letting go of something that is related to your sense of independence, perhaps hyper-independence, and your immaturity and communication around maybe asking for help. Yeah, because with Valor here, we're also letting that go. To me, that is 7 of Wands. That's a very, like, oh, I'm up to the challenge, but also it can be like, I have to defend myself, I have to protect myself, I have to take on everything myself, right? And with the Prince of Discs, like King of Discs, that is someone who's very independently, wealthy, right? That has like their own thing going. But on this card in particular, he's got a chariot and he's got like this bull. So it's like just charging straight ahead, right? Just like charging in, charging straight ahead, like I'm gonna get my way no matter what kind of energy. Like bull in a china shop, I just heard, you know what I mean? And so I feel like you're releasing this like energy of like needing to do everything yourself and needing to jump in and take care of everything immediately, needing to charge right in, and you're embracing something much more like you're just letting things go now. You're just like, oh, okay, it's definitely giving like if something in your life isn't working or it's falling apart or you're trying to keep it together, you're letting go of that trying to keep it together energy. And you're just letting the thing change. You're letting the thing end. You're letting the thing fall apart. And that is ultimately, I feel like, because that's what's meant to happen for you. That's what, on a deeper level, on a higher level even, you know is right for you. And so you're giving up on futility. You're giving up on futile actions that are not changing the situation, that aren't taking you where you want to go, in the face of a crumbling tower that has been crumbling for a long time, possibly, or just it's time for it to go, right? And so with this completion energy, I feel like the Four of Wands energy on the keep side is you, like, keeping, yes, a sense of completion, a sense of, like, yes, this is over, yes, it's okay to let it go, yes, completion is something to celebrate. And I feel like you're also bringing in a celebratory energy towards the ending of something. You're like, it's okay to celebrate this, right? If you are in the energy of feeling like you need to take something on, you need to hold something together, you need to keep something propped up that's like falling apart, then you're engaging in futile action. You're not letting something end. You're not seeing the beauty and the possibility in endings. And we're stepping into, on the left side over here, a celebratory energy, an energy of, yes, it's okay that this thing is over. It's okay to let this thing go. It had its run. It was great while it lasted. And now we're moving on. And because this is on we have keep versus discard, right? It's these are things that are already present in your energy. We're just going to nourish these things, acknowledge these things, and allow these things to be. And the stuff that's on this side over here, the right side, that's stuff that's also present in your energy that you're ready to let go. You're ready to let go of. Just, I feel like anything, like I feel like this, if anything, it might be hard for some of you to hear, depending on what it is that you view as something that you are letting go of in your life, or that's crumbling or falling apart in your life. But I also feel like it's a relief. And I also feel like, even if you don't feel like that's actually what's going on, but you're resonating with the energy of like wanting to let go of this stuff and wanting to emphasize this other stuff, like in general, like you can still set the intention to do that. It doesn't have to mean that something is actually falling apart in your life, but I feel like a lot of you might even just be operating from the general energy of like, I can't let things fall apart. And it might be a relief, honestly, to hear that you're not meant to keep fighting. You're not meant to keep striving. You're not meant to, like, I keep getting like this imagery of like someone like duct taping, like there's like a hole in some kind of like, I don't know, container filled with water, and you're like duct taping it, but then all of a sudden, as soon as you duct tape one side, there's another hole and you have to duct tape that, and you're not meant to keep slapping the duct tape on, you're meant to let the water just like flow out, right? Like the container's not meant to hold anymore. That's what I'm feeling like. And like I said, like, I don't know for some of you if there's any kind of situation that you're having trouble letting go of, but I feel like it is an ultimate relief for you to actually just be like, I give up, I let it crumble, I let it, I understand that because something is ending, that means that it is complete. I might not feel complete with it yet, but I can just say, this is ending, this is done, and you cut it off, and that's it. And that completion could just be simply letting go of this energy over here on the right and just letting that go, letting that be, letting it be complete. So if this has been resonating for you, I would like to take a moment to set the intention together to keep what you want to keep and release what you want to let go of. So group 2, spirit guides, higher selves, universe or whatever group 2 wants to tap into right now, just maybe even yourself and your own energy. Together, we set the intention that we will emphasize and allow things to end, to complete themselves. We will celebrate ending, celebrate completion. We will also embrace the energy of completion within ourselves, knowing that we are in and of ourselves complete in this moment. We will release futile action and be able to acknowledge and accept when there's no more action to be taken. And we are ready to let go of the energy of striving, the energy of hyper-independence, an energy of not knowing when or how to ask for help, an energy of feeling like you must support everyone and everything all by yourself. We're letting go of that energy now and let it be done. So you can feel free to sit with yourself for a little bit more with this energy if you want. Set your own intentions, do your own thing with the messages that came through here. But I hope this did resonate. I hope it was helpful for you. And please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear how this resonated. And I also want to let you know that we do offer personal readings if you're interested on sunflowerphilosophy.com. The link is in the description. And also we offer hypnosis and human design as well. So if you're interested in any of that, please check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another reading again sometime very soon. Bye! Group 2, just tapping in with a quick little extra message that came through when I was releasing your energy, getting ready for the next group. I heard the song Sound the Bells by Dessa, and that felt like it was specifically relevant to you guys, group 2. Just came in a little late there, so that song might be relevant. I'll link it in the description with your group as well if you want to check that out. So just want to throw that in there. Okay. Hi, group 3. If you selected the lemon topaz, then you're in the right place, and this is your reading, which is going to be a keep versus discard reading. So as I described in the intro, I'm going to get 3 cards to represent energies that you're meant to keep around in your life right now, and 3 cards to represent energies that you're meant to release, discard from your life right now. And if this all resonates and you're enjoying the reading and it sounds like you, then we will at the end set the intention together to keep whatever is on the keep side and release whatever's on the discard side, just to provide a little extra support so that you can confidently do what you gotta do and then go about the rest of your day and know that it's already done. So that's what we're doing. And I'm just going to shuffle up the cards a few more times, and then I'm going to pick them one by one on each side. So keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. That's how we're going to do it. And then we'll go from there. So for group 3, I'm shuffling up the cards. What are they meant to keep around? What are they meant to discard? And I'll give it 3 more shuffles here. And 3. Okay. And then I'll just shuffle, and we're good. Okay. So let's do this. So keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. Let's see what we got. Group 3. What is group 3 keeping? What are they discarding for now? So let's flip over the keep side first. So on the keep side, we have 5 of Wands, strife. Interesting. That's on the keep side. But we'll talk about it. We are keeping the Princess of Cups, which I also could see as the Page of Cups in this deck. We are keeping the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. And on the discard side, we are discarding the Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles. We are discarding the 4 of Wands, completion. Interesting. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. And we're discarding the Princess of Wands. Wow. Okay. Huh. I just heard the song It's Not Over by Daughtry in my head. It's not, like, you know, the, like, it's not over, we're gonna get it right this time around. Yeah, so that could be relevant. I'll link that if you want to give it a listen. Yeah, okay, this is an interesting one. It's always fun with these cards that have the words on them, because then when you get one on the keep side that you wouldn't necessarily initially think, oh yeah, I want to keep this, you have to tap in, really, and be like, okay, like, intuitively, what's really coming through here? Which I'm doing anyway, but it's just so fun when that happens. Listen, okay, we'll talk about it. So the Five of Wands, strife, the Princess of Cups, the Queen of Swords, we're keeping around, I feel like we're keeping around an energy of, well, it could be playful competition, it could be friendly competition, and it could be friendly competition between, like, this could be a mother-daughter situation in terms of, like, the Queen of Swords, Princess of Cups, but the Princess of Cups and Queen of Swords could represent two people in your life, so a, like, younger feminine energy and a bit of an older feminine energy, like a younger feminine energy that's a bit more emotional, and then an older feminine energy that's a bit more direct and maybe a little bit more disconnected. But that also could be energies within yourself. The Princess of Cups, especially, like, being similar to the Page of Cups to me, feels like surprise, like playfulness, like childishness even. And the Queen of Swords to me is very direct, blunt, communicates and sets boundaries very effectively. And so I almost feel like this is referring to aspects of yourself that might sometimes be in conflict, like the Princess of Cups, Page of Cups energy, the childish energy, the emotional energy, right? The surprising energy even, you know, is a bit more playful, maybe even comes off like a little bit immature, right? But also is kind of, it's a lot of fun, it's very sensitive, very creative, and has the ability to empathize, I feel like, with a lot of different people, might get very caught up in, like, emotions and emotional stories very easily. Whereas the Queen of Swords is, like, that more emotionally disconnected aspect, mature, intelligent, intellectual, maybe a little cut off from emotion, right? And I feel like these two parts of you might exist simultaneously and might sometimes come into conflict with one another. But this is saying they both serve a purpose, and so does the conflict between each of these energies within you. So we're meant to actually keep that dynamic around right now. Like, that dynamic is serving you. Having this playful, emotional, maybe, like I said, seemingly childish or immature, like, side, specifically in the emotional realms, like, and this Queen of Swords, direct, unemotional, blunt, intellectual side, like, those, the conflict between those two is benefiting you somehow. It's creating something that you need, that is helping you in some way, and it could be for some of you in a creative endeavor. It could be just in life in general, like, balancing those two energies, using them, like, having them both as tools that you can use to play off one another, being aware of them when they come into conflict with one another will help you. I feel like there's something that you're looking to accomplish in your life, or even some kind of setting in particular, maybe a workplace situation that you're in, or a project that you're working on, where that is, like, an active benefit. And I feel like for a lot of you, that will make sense, maybe more so to me than to me who's listening here. On the other hand, because I feel like there's some different situations going on here, if these represent more like people and maybe dynamics with people in your life, the, like, either friendly competition or the disagreements and discrepancies in that you have with other people who might embody these energies is, again, benefiting you in some way. Like, it's bringing something to you that's important right now. And in particular, if you have differences with people who you work with regularly, those differences are important. Like, you're meant to have those differences. You're meant to interact with one another in such a way that even if you come up against each other in some area, that friction, the disparate perspectives that you're bringing to the table actually work together to create the ultimate solution to whatever you're working on with them. And like, that's actually a good thing, as long as it's not an unhealthy dynamic, as long as it doesn't get to the point of like draining your energy or creating a problem. That's actually okay. Like, that's actually beneficial, and if you can have fun with it and work with it and embrace it as a useful tool, then it's actually really good for you. On the releasing side of things, on the discarding side of things, Ace of Discs, Four of Wands, Princess of Wands. Well, I feel like we're releasing, I almost feel like you're releasing the need to like find a new situation or a new opportunity, or even releasing the need to find harmony. I know that sounds strange, but that's what's really coming through here. It's like almost like there might be some kind of situation in which there is discord, strife, or disharmony that you perceive in the situation, whether within yourself or externally or both, that you're like, that you might not have recognized is actually benefiting you. Whereas the idea of it's almost like you're releasing the idea that you need harmony in every aspect of your life. You're releasing the idea that there's always you're releasing the idea that there's always something new and better waiting for you in the future that will be better and more harmonious. And I don't think that like that's necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like it might almost be like the energy of always just never being able to be satisfied with where you're at, because you're always like, okay, never mind, this isn't perfect. Okay, next thing, you know? Like hopping on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing without being able to actually settle into your present moment, settle into where you are, and be like, okay, what's going on here? What's actually happening? How is this working for me? How is this working with me? And how can I make the most out of this situation right now? Because if you're always in a chasing energy, if you're always in a, the next thing, there's never going to be a next thing that's actually the thing, right? It's almost like you're stepping out of the energy of needing to fix anything, of needing things to be completely perfect, and you're embracing the like, I don't know, the rub, the friction, the discomfort of whatever the situation is at the moment. And this can be a temporary thing. Like, it doesn't have to mean that, like, oh, you know, if this is something, like, there's something that is causing strife for you, like, it's always going to be that way. But it's more like we're letting go of, like, this idea that we need to escape it right now, and we're actually sitting with it, and we're actually saying, like, okay, like, maybe it's okay if I enjoy this for the moment. Maybe it's okay if I see where this benefits me for the moment. Like, maybe it's okay if I just, like, focus on the present, focus on the situation, and let it play out without constantly needing to start something new. It's giving the energy. It's interesting because I feel like both sides are coming together really, like, to form, like, a very cohesive story here, but it's giving the energy of, like, someone starting a creative project, right? It's like you're in the middle of a project, and when it gets to the point where you have some difficulties, like, even if it's, again, just with yourself, like, you're in conflict with yourself over something, that's when you're like, oh, I want to give up. I don't want to work through the troubling energies. You know, like, it's almost like that's what this discard side represents. It's like the need for something to just be done with something and move on to the next thing, without actually being able to sit with the things that feel a bit uncomfortable and work through them so that you can improve and change and adapt whatever you're working on and hone it and like eventually get through whatever difficult energies might be here, right? But also, again, in that, embracing the idea that it's actually sometimes beneficial to have seemingly difficult or opposing forces working with you that might have different ideas, different opinions, different beliefs, that actually bring more to the table for whatever you're trying to accomplish than you would get if it was like everyone was in agreement, right? Everything was harmonious. You were of one mind about it, right? So it's like finding the value in that discord, finding the value in that dissonance, And it might not be that extreme, right? I'm not necessarily talking about any, like I said, I'm not really talking about like a really toxic dynamic or like, but also it's whatever resonates with you. So, in this case, it feels like for a lot of you, it's going to be either like an internal conflict or something within a workplace or a space where you're working on a project with other people, and being able to see where differing opinions benefit you, working within the friction. I just got another song. I'm fine in the fire, I feed on the friction, I'm right where I should be, don't try and fix me. So for some of you, you might have just needed like this permission that it's okay to relish and enjoy competition, to relish and enjoy disagreement and even debate, whether within yourself or in general. Like, that's okay. And we can let go of the idea that you need to like even come out on top, or that it needs to again like be fixed in some way, that you need to move on and like create by yourself, even that you can't work with other people. We're moving on from that energy, and that's so interesting. I love that though, because it's true. Sometimes we just need permission to enjoy an aspect of life that our mind might say, oh, I need to fix that. Like, we need to all agree all the time, right? Like, I need to fix that. I need to be a consistent person without different aspects of my personality. I need to fix that because it shouldn't feel hard ever when I'm working on a project I enjoy. Like, I should never have, like, confusion over what I should do, or, like, have differing opinions over what I should do. No, it's like, lean into that, right? Lean into that, enjoy that, and acknowledge that that's okay, and it might actually be bringing something for you that will help whatever you're doing improve, almost. Like, yeah, lean into the, like, and like, Five of Wands, it's not like a huge, major conflict either, so, like, lean into, like, the little discomfort of disagreement, right? Lean into that, yeah, lean into that. And be like, like, what's here for me? And don't take it as a sign of something's wrong, right? That's what we're doing, is that we're embracing the process, we're letting it be messy, we're letting it be sometimes complicated or discordant, but letting that be okay, right? Like, letting ourselves be like, oh, wait, that's not a sign of things going wrong. I don't need to jump in and fix it immediately. I can let it play out and see where it leads. Yeah. So, if this has resonated, I'm going to set the intention here. Actually, before I do that, I wanted to just, with the Princess of Wands over here on the discard side, I wanted to add, I think I might have touched on this briefly, but I feel like for me that's sort of a summing up of like, almost like an immature, it's a playful, fun energy, but it can be immature, and again, like that, like, bouncing from one thing to another without necessarily committing energy. It's like a non-committal energy. That's what we're discarding here. It's also like I need to create on my own. I can't involve anyone else in the creation process, right? It's like that's what it's saying to me in this reading. So I just wanted to add that, because I don't know if I really touched on that enough. But anyway, if that all resonated and you're ready to set the intention to keep and discard these energies with me, then let's do it. So spirit guides, higher self, universe, or whatever this group 3 wants to connect with here, even just yourself, group 3, we are setting the intention together that we will embrace healthy, constructive competition, healthy, constructive debate and disagreement within ourselves, within the process of creation, within whatever we are creating now, where this is coming up, within our relationships that we want to build upon and strengthen. We are leaning into and embracing that. We're leaning into and embracing the differences that we might even encounter within our own selves, and the beauty that comes from having those two sides or multiple sides play off each other. And we are embracing both our emotional empathy and our abilities to flow with our emotions, as well as our ability to set boundaries, to communicate clearly, and to intellectualize. And we are ready to release, discard, a feeling of needing to hop from one thing to another, to always look for the next opportunity, to feel like we constantly need to bring everything into harmony at all times. We are releasing any immaturity within our creativity, and we're moving up to the next level. We're releasing the feeling that we need to create only by ourselves and that we can't invite anyone else into the creative process. And we are releasing an overall sense that things need to be perfect at all times. So, group 3, feel free to sit with this energy, do whatever you want to do. If you want to set more intentions, or if you want to set intentions in a different way than we just did, feel free to do that. Do your own thing. Engage with it in whatever way you want. I hope that resonated, and I hope you found that helpful. So please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear how that resonated. And if you're interested, we do offer personal readings on sunflowerphilosophy.com, link in the description. And we also offer hypnosis and human design services, so check those out. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in another reading again sometime very soon. Bye! Hi Group 4, if you selected the Black Obsidian, then you're in the right place, and this is your reading, which will be all about energies that you want to keep right now and energies that you want to discard. So as I explained in the intro, I'm going to get 3 energies to represent energies that you're looking to keep around in your life. I'm going to get 3 cards to represent energies that you're looking to discard and let go of in your life, and we'll go from there. So I also will, if this all resonates and you are interested, I'll set the intention together with you at the end of the reading to simply keep around the energies that we want to keep and discard the energies that we want to discard, so that you can just go about your day and feel like it's already done. And of course, use your own intuition, accept messages that feel like they're for you, discard anything that's not, and as always, know that it's all up to you what the meanings here that come through mean for you in particular. So, group 4, I'm just going to shuffle these cards a few more times, and then I'm going to lay them out. Keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard, with keep on the left, discard on the right. So, Spirit, what are we keeping and discarding for group 4? Let's see, let's give you 2 more shuffles. 1 more shuffle, okay. All right, and then I will get right into it. Okay. All right. Group 4, keep, discard. Keep, discard. Keep, discard. Keep, discard. Okay. So, let's see, make sure they're all good here. All right, now let's start with the keep side of things. So we have first the Queen of Wands on the keep side. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, and we have 9 of Pentacles, gain. Okay, 9 of Discs, 9 of Pentacles. And on the discard side, we have 4 of Cups, luxury. We have the Tower, interesting. And we have the Sun. Interesting. Okay, group 4, let's see what's going on here. So, okay. We are keeping, okay, first of all, with the Queen of Wands here, that could represent you. That could represent maybe a feminine figure in your life somewhere. But I feel like confidence is really the main word that came through with that. Queen of Wands, confident. Confident, attractive, but not only in the sense of being physically attractive, attractive in the sense of attracting things to her, right? Like fire and wands is very active energy, but being the queen, she's not the king of wands, so she doesn't go out and get. She attracts things to her that she can then act on. And so I feel like we are definitely embodying our most fiery feminine energy here. So you're cultivating maybe your confidence, honestly, cultivating confidence in yourself and your attractive, magnetic, I even heard, nature. With the Hanged Man especially, there's an emphasis on, I mean, the Hanged Man is like he's not doing anything, right? Like, he's not going anywhere. He's getting a different perspective. So I feel like there is something to do with perspective in terms of an energy that we're keeping around is your ability to maybe see different perspectives, your openness to different perspectives. But also, again, there's something inactive here in the sense that the Hanged Man isn't going out and trying to look for things out in the world to get a new perspective. He's literally like, he's hung himself upside down, and he's really going within himself to uncover this new perspective. So I feel like we're really self-focused here, honestly, with the Queen of Wands and the Hanged Man. And with the Nine of Discs, Nine of Pentacles itself, I mean, yeah, I feel like we're keeping self-centeredness, honestly, but in a positive, healthy way for you. And if you don't know what that looks like in a positive, healthy way, you're being asked to trust, to set the intention of focusing on yourself, focusing on your confidence, focusing on your own insights and intuition with the Hanged Man, your own perspective even, and focusing on your own financial gain, maybe literally, or just abundance in general. Because that the Nine of Cups on the Rider-Waite-Smith that keeps coming to me is just a singular woman standing with all of her pentacles behind her, right? So you don't have to be a woman. You could be with the Queen of Wands coming out here. But I feel like it doesn't matter who you are. Like, focusing on, even like, for some of you, this could very much be about like your own personal like physical glow up, even like you're focusing on like your health and like your looks, and like, oh, like maybe you're getting clothing that is really it makes you feel really good about yourself. Like, you're just focusing on your own personal journey, your personal glow up, and in and of itself, like, you're not striving or looking for anything outside yourself right now. Like, that's what we're just like, we're cultivating that at this time. That is the energy that you're keeping. And for some of you, like, again, this is keep versus discard. So the idea is these are things that are already present in your energy that we're just like, we're separating the wheat from the chaff. And in your case, right now, the wheat is like self-focus. It's like, I'm gonna work on myself. But I'm also gonna nourish myself and compliment myself and feel like I'm feeling myself. I just got the song "I'm Feeling Myself," Nicki Minaj and someone else, I think. I'm getting a lot of songs today, some of which that aren't even in, like, I have like a song pile deck. Some of them aren't even in that. So hopefully I can remember to link all of these because I do want to do that. But yeah, on the other hand, on the discard side, we have the Four of Cups with luxury. And to me, what came through immediately with that is a sense of complacency in that old school idea of like, oh, you're resting on your laurels, right? Oh, you're living in comfort and luxury. So you're just like, okay, cool, everything's fine, everything's great, but like maybe underneath it, it's like, but actually I'm kind of bored, right? You know what I mean? And so we're letting go of like this idea of like complacency in life where you're just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I have nothing. It's almost like the energy of like, I have nothing to complain about. I have nothing to ask for. Like, I'm good, I have enough, but you're actually bored and you actually do want more, right? And so we're letting go of like denial. Ooh, even denial of emotions, denial of maybe just the energy of denial in general. Like denial of how you really feel. Maybe even denial of yourself in the sense that if you're like, oh no, I have enough, I can't ask for more. It's like, but you want more. So why are you denying yourself that, right? That's the feeling that I'm getting. And with the Tower, we're releasing the energy of expecting that things are just going to fall apart at any moment. That's what I'm getting with the Tower. An expectation that things are just going to fall apart. And that also might be where you're getting into this denial energy, where you're denying yourself things because you're maybe secretly afraid that if you ask for more, it's going to come back and bite you. It's going to fall apart. It's going to be really scary or difficult, right? And then with the Sun, it's so interesting because the Sun is often considered the happiest card in the deck. Very joyful. And I don't know that we're getting rid of joy. What I feel like actually, because it's on the discard side, this might actually be a reference to toxic positivity. And when I say that, I don't always love talking like about toxic positivity in the sense that like, I think sometimes people just might get a little too caught up in that and see any kind of positivity as toxic. And that's also toxic. So it's not really something I like to, like, I don't necessarily like to use that phrase, but I guess the idea is, again, with that, like, denying yourself things, denying your feelings, it's like you're letting go of happiness for the sake of it, even when you don't feel that way. Like, you're getting rid of covering up your feelings with a joy that you don't actually feel, if that makes sense. Like Fake Happy. Ooh, Fake Happy by Paramore. Oh my god, so many songs today. Fake Happy by Paramore. I don't even know how that goes, but I just know that it's a song. So for some of you, that might be relevant as well. So we're getting rid of that. Because again, with that denial energy, with that fear of change, with that fear of the rug being pulled out from under you, I feel like it's a feeling of like you're not really happy, but you're just like trying to pretend that you are, but like without addressing the underlying emotions, right? And so we're letting go of that. We're letting go of self-denial, in that we're letting go of denying things that we really want. And we're also letting go of denying feelings that we might actually have that we don't think are acceptable. And we're letting go of like fake positivity, fake happiness. And we're letting go of a sense of the rug is going to be pulled on from under me. Like that kind of thing. Like instability in your, like projecting instability into your future. And that's what I feel like is like, we're staying very present focused. Like this is honestly on your keep side, it's a very self-care, self-focused, self-confidence, self-nurturing energy. And it's also an open-mindedness. So we're like keeping the you that is able to switch perspectives, change perspectives, because I feel like letting go of these energies does require you to shift and change your perspective and allow your perspective to be changed. And focusing on yourself will also bring that in more strongly for you, that perspective shift that will allow you to continue letting go of these energies on the discard side. But yeah, like you're focused on like your health, your wealth. I don't know, is there a saying? I feel like there's a saying, but I can't remember it. But yeah, you're focusing on your confidence, your own self, really. Yeah. And for some of you, like, that might be something that you've actually been tapping into lately, but you've been maybe a little hesitant about, or you haven't been sure if you're on the right path. You are. It is okay to focus on yourself. Keep going. Keep doing it. It's okay to want more. It's okay to ask for more. It's okay to want more and say, and this is what I want, and it's not going to be taken away from me, and I can trust that and claim that as your energy. But as I've said with the other groups as well, you know, it's keep or discard for a reason. It's stuff that's already present within you that you just can emphasize, and then stuff that, you know, you're just ready to let go of. And so if this has resonated and you want to set the intention now with me to keep and discard these things, then we will do that. And so I'm going to ask the spirit guides, higher self, universe, or whomever group 4 wants to connect with, if anyone, to hear this and to facilitate this as we set the intention that group 1 will keep and nourish their confidence, their magnetism, their attractiveness, their ability to bring in anything that they want and need within their life just simply by being. We're setting the intention to keep around and nourish their ability to shift their perspectives, their connection with their own intuition, with their own perspective, and with that which is truly in their highest good, in their mental and subconscious realms. And we are setting the intention to bring in and accept financial and physical gain and abundance in the areas of both physical finances and health, and any other area they would like to gain abundance. And we are also setting the intention to discard any denial, self-denial, denial of emotions, fear of change, or fear of the rug being pulled out from under everything, and fake happiness, fake positivity, denial of, again, emotions that may need acknowledgement and acceptance. And we are letting all of that go, letting that naturally be taken out of their energy as we reinforce and empower this energy over here on the left for group 4. So I hope that was helpful. Of course, group 4, if you would like to do your own little intention setting and phrase it in your own way, do your own thing, you can always do that. You can sit with this energy for a longer moment, meditate on it if you want, however you want to engage with it. But let that be done. For those of you who are good to go and you feel like, all right, did that, I'm done with it, let that all be done. And we are done with this reading. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this resonated and was helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know how this resonated. And if you're interested in personal readings, we offer them on sunflowerphilosophy.com. The link is in the description. And if you are interested in human design or hypnosis services, we also offer those. So feel free to check that out. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in another reading again sometime very soon. Bye! Hi Group 5, if you selected this amethyst, then you're in the right place, and this is your reading all about what you're meant to keep or discard at this time in your energy. And so as I described in the introduction, I'm going to draw 3 cards to represent energies that you're meant to keep and nourish in your life, and 3 cards to represent energies that you're meant to discard, let go of, release in your life at this time. And I'm just going to shuffle up these cards, pull them one by one, and we'll go from there. So as always, use your intuition and trust that messages that resonate are meant for you. Let go of anything that's not. And if you are resonating with this, at the end, I'll leave the option to stay with me and set the intention together that we will keep and emphasize these energies over here on the left that you are meant to be keeping, and that we will release and discard the energies over here on the right that you're meant to be leaving behind. So feel free to join for that as well. So let's do this. I'm going to give it 3 shuffles, and then we will get your cards. 2 and 3. Okay, Spirit, I'm gonna give it another little yep, and then 1 more, and we are complete. Okay, so keep, discard, keep, discard, keep, discard. All right, and let's see. So we'll start and we'll flip over keep, and then we'll flip over discard. So what is Group 5 keeping? Well, we're keeping the Queen of Wands. This actually came out in the last group, Group 4, in this exact same position. That is so funny. Interesting. All right. And we are keeping the Star. Okay. All right. Hope, I just heard. And we're keeping the Knight of Discs, or Knight of Pentacles. Patience, I just heard. And slow and steady wins the race. All right. And on the discard side, we are discarding the Queen of Swords. Interesting. We're discarding the Devil. Okay. And we're discarding 4 of Swords, Truce. Okay. So let's see. Interesting. Well, first things first, with the Queen of Wands over here on the keep side, it could, as I've mentioned before with other cards, Queen of Wands, Knight of Discs, they could represent people or energies of people in your life, specifically like Queen of Wands, a feminine, maybe fiery, very passionate energy, Knight of Discs, earthy, grounded, masculine energy. But I do feel like this also represents, at the very least, in tandem, your own energy as well. With the Queen of Wands, confidence, that came through in the last group, but I also feel for this group passion. And it might be because it's your feminine energy, because it doesn't matter what your gender is, you know, we can all embody that. I mentioned this in the previous group, but feminine energy is less active, it's more receptive, right? And it's your magnetism, it's your confidence bringing in and attracting the things, the people, whatever in your life that you're meant to attract and bring in. So we're definitely keeping and cultivating your sense of confidence, charisma, passion, excitement, and your confidence in that you will always be in the right place at the right time, because you're always bringing into your reality that which is truly meant for you. We're keeping all that. We're keeping a sense of hope and optimism for the future with the Star card. We're keeping even like a North Star, or for those of you who have like a specific vision, or even a non-specific vision, but like a general like hope or desire for the future, we're keeping that. We're keeping like almost like our eyes fixed on that North Star. And it's interesting because in other groups I did get on the release side, the idea of like getting stuck in the future, getting stuck like projecting your happiness into the future, but that's not what this is. The energy of the star right here, it's knowing that that which you are aiming for, that which you are looking up towards is already yours, and being brave enough to actually look at it and acknowledge it and accept that that is something that you want because you know that it is already yours, it can be yours, it will be yours. Being the Queen of Wands, you know that you can attract and bring it into your life. But it's almost like having that thing to look towards, even strive towards for some of you. In this case, in your energy right now, is benefiting you. With the Knight of Discs, Knight of Pentacles, that's a sense of slow and steady wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles isn't afraid to take his time. It's very grounded, very present energy, very physical. So I feel like the combination of these three energies that we're really emphasizing is, I mean, I got the word manifestation, so like maybe for you, that's been part of your manifestation, and this is helping you create that self-concept that you need to fully bring in what you are intending to bring into your life. But it's like this combination of like confidence and in your ability to attract, a vision of a future and a vision of the feelings and things that you want and the world that you desire, idealism even, that you are not afraid to accept, that you're confident to accept and you're confident to set your sights on, and the patience and ability to get it done, to basically take one step at a time, to trust that slow and steady wins the race, to work at and continue at and persist. Yeah, again, this is like for some of you, this is really like the manifestation. These are the manifestation peoples who like know what all that is about. And that's like persistence is your Knight of Pentacles. Like all these traits together combine to create like what you are manifesting, right? It's like your attractiveness, your magnetism, your self-concept, your confidence in yourself, your vision, the thing that you're aiming for, the thing that you're bringing into your life, and the persistence to continue and allow and let it unfold and just keep going no matter what, right? Like this Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Discs, to me, he just keeps going no matter what. He trusts the road. He knows where he's going. He knows his destination. He doesn't always know how he's going to get there. He doesn't know how the road is going to unfold for him, but he just keeps going on that road, right? And that's trust as well. We did do a little meditation on trust in the beginning if you joined for the centering exercise. So if you didn't, that might actually be really useful for you right now. But on the other side, what we're discarding, Queen of Swords, detachment, almost. It's like, I'm getting with the Queen of Swords, if we're letting go of detachment, it's almost like maybe it's an energy of detachment where you were trying to convince yourself that you didn't want something because you thought that meant that you would be detached from it, but you're ready to let go of this idea that detachment means that you don't want anything, right? Yeah. I feel like the Queen of Swords the Queen of Wands, I feel like has a lot of desire and passion, and excitement for what she's creating, and the Queen of Swords is more detached, intellectual. It's not that it's a bad energy, but it's something that it's not serving you at this time to detach from your emotions. It's not serving you at this time to detach from your desires. It's not serving you at this time to detach from whatever vision that you have, completely or emotionally, where you're just like, actually, I don't want any of it anymore, right? Like, to me, like, that's the energy of like, I don't actually want this, you know? And that's not something that's necessary for you. Also, potentially, for some of you, a sense of, like, bluntness, or even, for some of you, it's more about an idea that you mentally have to know. Either, like, mentally know exactly what you want, or mentally know how you're going to get it. It's like feeling like you need to know things in order for them to happen. Being in your mental realm too much, we're letting that go. And with the Devil card, well, the Devil, I mean, but it's funny because I just said, oh, like, you don't need detachment, but the Devil card to me is like all about attachment. So we're also letting go of attachment, right? It's almost like I feel like the Queen of Swords energy was like covering up a deeper attachment, like level of attachment, like you're trying to cover that up with like, no, I don't care, I don't want it, whatever, right? And it's like, no, we're not doing that, but we're also not being attached in a way that we're addicted to, that we're like our emotions, our emotional state is like addicted to and attached to whatever outcome that we're looking to create. And we're also, with the Four of Swords, truce, we're letting go of settling. Like, the idea of settling for, like, oh, okay, the idea of even, like, that you're fighting with the universe, or you're fighting with a situation, or that you have to compromise with the situation. We're letting go of the energy of compromise, because that implies, or truce in general implies, that there was, like, a disagreement that needs to be settled, and you're just, like, letting go of the need to, like, it's almost like there's an energy, like, you feel like you have a need to be more measured in some way, that you have a need to, like, there's something in you that needs to be humbled or tempered or shut down in order for, like, the universe, or, like, whatever you're manifesting, to approve of you. And, like, we're getting rid of that energy. We don't need that. We don't need that. That's not actually what you want. And so we're getting rid of that. We're discarding that. You're done with that. You're not compromising. You're not, like, being like, okay, if you do this, I'll do this. You're not being like, okay, like, you know, like, you're not even engaging with the idea that there's even a competition in the first place. There's only you. You are the operant power. This is definitely my manifestation, people here, okay? So we are focusing on your confidence, your attractiveness, attractiveness and magnetism, in the sense of, like, trusting that you're bringing things in, trusting in who you are, building up your self-confidence, building up your self-concept, holding the vision, allowing yourself to hope and yearn, even for some people. And the thing is, like, yearning to me implies attachment, so, like, I don't know if that's really the word that we're going for here, but also, in a sense, it's almost like, if you are able to tap into the energy of yearning from a space of, like, non-attachment, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's almost like you can indulge in a little yearning from now and then, and if you don't put emphasis on it in the sense that you're like, oh no, I can't yearn, or else, like, I won't get what I want, or I must yearn in order to get what I want. Like, if you just do it as, like, an energy, and you're, like, aware and you're present with yourself, it's not, like, a problem. Not making a big thing out of it, just engaging with the energy where you're at, allowing yourself to be like, yeah, it's okay for me to have desires and, like, want things. Like, maybe there's nothing wrong with that, and, like, maybe you had a storyline where you were like, I need to stop doing that, or else I won't get what I want, whatever that is. Like, no, you're allowed to hope. You're allowed to look into the future. You're allowed to look at what you want and have that vision and hold that vision. And we're emphasizing, once again, persistence, keeping up with it, just trudging along, keeping up, allowing things to unfold as they will unfold, sticking to your path. So, if that all sounds good, if that sounds like you, if that sounds like things you want to keep, things you want to get rid of, then if you would like to join me, now we're going to set the intention together to our spirit guides, higher selves, universe, whomever you want to connect with, if anyone. Just in general, we're going to set that intention. We're going to say, group 4, we are setting the intention now to keep and nourish our confidence, our attractiveness, our self-concept, our confidence in our ability to create the life that we want, our passion, our desire. We're cultivating that. We're cultivating a sense of hope. We're holding our vision. We are allowing ourselves to acknowledge that which we truly desire. And we are also cultivating the energy of persistence, of just keeping on, trusting the path, trusting where the journey takes us, and knowing that we will get there, and allowing things to unfold just as they need to. On the other hand, we are ready to release, let go of, discard an energy of feeling like we need to detach. We're letting go of an energy of needing to intellectualize or mentally understand what is happening and unfolding for us. We're letting go of an energy of maybe being in our head too much. We're letting go of attachment, negative attachment, toxic attachments. We're letting go of any addiction to the idea or concept of a future or certain emotions. We're letting go of need. And we're also letting go of need to compromise. We're letting go of the idea that we are in conflict with our desires. We're letting go of the idea that we're in conflict with the universe or with the things that we actually want. And we are also letting go of conflict with any people who might be involved or around in our lives who are relevant to creating the life that we want. We're letting all of that go now, and we are empowering over here that which we are encouraged to keep on the left. So, let that be done. And group 4, if you would like to sit with this energy for a bit, meditate on it, set your own intentions in your own way, feel free to do that. Engage with this however you want. But that's all. So I hope this was really helpful. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you would like to, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear how this resonated. And if you are interested in additional personal readings, we do offer those on our website, sunflowerphilosophy.com, link in the description. We also offer hypnosis and human design. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another reading again sometime very soon. Bye!